It's just about that time for the Sephora VIB Appreciation Sale event. Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Melissa, and it's that time of year. This is how I keep track of things that I want to either repurchase or new products to try. It's a whole smattering of things. This is by no means what I'm buying. These are just things that I have my eye on that I'm considering. So I thought it would be fun just to go right into my loves list and take a look at what I have there. And I have that all pulled up, and I have it sorted alphabetically, for lack of a better way to approach this. So let's just quickly dive right in. The first thing on this list is the Bare Minerals Gen Nude eyeshadow palette. I think that Bare Minerals makes beautiful eyeshadows, and I really like this 6-pan palette. I think I'm kind of reverting back to smaller palettes. I think some of these really large 12-pan palettes or even bigger, they just don't really appeal to me as much as a more curated, smaller palette does. And this really fits the bill. And there are two colors that are particularly of interest to me. The first one is this rose palette. I think the shades are just stunning. Here's the rose one swatched. I just think there's so much you could do there. So the next item on my loves list, alphabetically, is the Becca Aqualuminous Perfecting Foundation. So, as people in the comments have said, you've got to try this foundation, I go ahead and mark it as a loves, just so that I know when I'm ready to try a new foundation, I have it listed in my loves list, and this is one of them. So this was a recommendation from one of you. This is a more radiant foundation, and it looks like it may be a little bit more liquidy, which tends to be the kind of foundations that I gravitate towards. The next item is this Dr. Brandt Skincare Hydrobiotic Recovery Sleeping Mask. So I've been exploring different products that fall into this category of, sleeping masks or overnight beauty, and I've been just investigating that whole aspect of the beauty industry. I think this is something that has really made a big presence lately, and so I'm interested in that to see, is it worth the hype, or is this just like a marketing thing? And I feel like more and more brands have come up with this type of product, and I've tried a bunch of them. I'm actually working on a video for this, and I have definite opinions about how I feel about this kind of product, but this was one that I had marked that I might want to try. The next item is the Dr. Dennis Gross Skincare Hyaluronic Marine Do It Right Eye Gel. This would be a repurchase for me. This is something that I have used in the past that I really enjoyed, and I wanted to keep it on my loves list as a reminder that I really would like to repurchase this. However, I do currently have 2 new eye creams that I'm checking out, so it's unlikely that this would make it into my order, but it is definitely one that I am going to repurchase at some point in the future because I really quite liked it. The next item is from Estee Lauder, and it is the Double Wear Nude Water Fresh Foundation with an SPF of 30. And again, this falls into the same category as the other foundation. It was a recommendation, or one that I read about, as something that really I think would fit my needs. I feel like a more traditional foundation maybe isn't so right for me anymore. So this is one that I want to keep in the forefront of my brain as something I want to try out. Alright, this next item is the Farsali Skin Tune Blur Perfecting Primer Serum. And I remember when I put this on my list, it was after watching a video from our girl Emily Noel, who could sell me almost anything, to be perfectly honest. But I remember watching that video. She had high praise for this product, and it looked beautiful on her skin. It's been sitting on my loves list for a while. If you've used this, I would love to know what your thoughts are about it. It's been a while since I watched that video, so I'd like to know if anybody else has tried this. Alright, this Fenty Beauty Invisimatte Blotting Powder. This has been on there a while. I still have a lot of powders that I'm using up, and so I'm just going to let this hang out here. It gets really good reviews. I like my powder to be in a compact, so I'm going to continue to keep it on my list. However, some of you mentioned that this brush that comes with it, I think one of you mentioned that it comes loose or it like pries the compact open, so maybe that is not the best option to pair with it. It might come with like a little sponge. Yes, here. You can see it comes with this little pad, and the person who left me that comment said that this little pad works great. There's no reason to really buy the extra brush, just in case you're considering that. The next item on this list is a brush from Fenty. It's the Precision Concealer Brush. I have picked up the Fenty concealer and I really, really like it. I have a foundation brush from them, which is pretty good, more for cream products, less for general liquid product. So I am considering this brush. I find sometimes it's hard to find the right brush to use under my eyes, and I don't always like using a beauty blender. I sometimes feel like you get a better application with a brush. So I'm currently using one in my stash, seeing how that goes, and I might end up just axing this off my loves list, but I do like her brushes. And this one's $26. I put this in the same category as like the IT Cosmetic brushes. It's not like the least expensive, like an e.l.f. brush, but it's not the most expensive either. So it's, you know, it's getting up there. But brushes, if you take care of them, last a really long time. So the next item on my list is from First Aid Beauty. It's the 5-in-1 face cream with an SPF of 30. And this showed up on some article I was reading, and it had a lot of really good things to say about it, and I'm intrigued by it. It also has other skincare ingredients built into it, which who doesn't love a good multitasking product? So it has zinc oxide for your sunscreen. A complex of 2 natural ingredients helps smooth and reduce the appearance of lines and wrinkles. Okay, I'm all about that life. The next item on my list is from Hourglass. It's the Veil Translucent Setting Powder in the mini size. If I can get something in a mini size, I will do that first, because obviously I have a fairly large collection and it's a way to try a product without being so invested in it because it's a ginormous size. And I hear so many good things about this powder. That's one of the reasons why it's on this list. This is pretty high on my list, even though I just said I had way too many powders. What's a girl to do? Next up is this palette from Kevyn Aucoin, the Nude Pop Pro Eyeshadow Palette. This looks beautiful. I've seen a couple of reviews on this and it's all been very positive. It's supposed to be more of a cool tone palette. And here, let me go to these swatches. I think it looks gorgeous. I don't have any eyeshadows from Kevyn Aucoin, so yeah, this could fit the bill. I've seen a couple of YouTube reviews on this palette that look good. It's not the most current palette in the world, but it does look quite pretty. The next item is from Kiehl's, and it's the Midnight Recovery Concentrate. I think I pulled this off of the same list as the First Aid Beauty as part of a good anti-aging skincare routine. And this also comes in mini size, which, again, love a mini, love a good mini. The full size is $75. Whoa. The mini is $49 at 1 ounce. How much is this? Whoa! It's not cheap, so I would probably, to experiment with it, get the smallest size possible. So what is this? So it is an oil that you would use at nighttime, and it helps like repair and visibly restore the skin. It says here it's a blend of oils including lavender, evening primrose, and squalene that deliver essential hydration and promote a softer, smoother, brighter complexion. I haven't tried anything from Kiehl's. I don't think I've used anything from this brand, so that's on the list. I am finding that I am gravitating a little bit more towards skincare lately because I I can see what a difference really good skincare makes, and that intrigues me. All right, the next two are from Kosas, and this is a brand that I said I was interested in trying this year. I've already picked up a lipstick from them, but on here I also have identified the cream blush and highlighter duo. So this is in their cool toned shade here. This is 8th Muse. And let's click on these little swatches. So yeah, I think that's really quite pretty. It's likely I'll pick that up. The other item from Kosas is their tinted face oil foundation. Now, oh boy, I've been wanting to try this since way before they even hit the shelves at Sephora. I know a bunch of people have already reviewed this. However, I naturally want to try it for myself and see what I think. This is a much more fluid foundation, a much lighter coverage. It is oil-based, so it should provide more hydration. I've been dying to try this. So this next product is a new release from Laneige. It's the Lip Glowy Balm. It comes in 4 shades: berry, peach, clear, and grapefruit. I find this rather intriguing. I like these tinted types of products because I think that they are good for just hanging around or you know, on the weekends when you don't want a full-on lipstick color. So this appeals to me. I did look at some swatches and someone made a comment that the peach and the grapefruit are so sheer it doesn't really look like any color is on your lips, and she wished she had picked up the berry. So there I go, looking for the berry. You can see here, this is the peach, that's the berry. Yeah, they're both very sheer. Next item is from Marc Jacobs. It's the iconic multi-finish eyeshadow palette. And I had marked this shade called Glambition. A very dear friend of mine has this and highly recommends it. But there are a couple other shades that I think are really pretty interesting, like this one, this Editorial. I think this looks very interesting as well. So I'm not so sure. I just picked up the Stiletto palette, this one here, which I absolutely love. So I'm going to keep this on my loves list as a potential, maybe in the fall. I'll be ready for a new Marc Jacobs palette, but I love the formula of these. I love the size of the palette. I love the fact that they are like a curated color story. Those are all things that appeal to me, and I think this is just a phenomenal brand. So next up on my list is the Marc Jacobs La Marque Lip Cream Lipstick. This is such a gorgeous formula. I have these in a couple of shades that are like deluxe samples, and I've put them on the list here so I don't lose track of them because I think at some point I would like to buy a full size of them. One is this Slow Burn, which is a beautiful nude, and the other one, this one, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, is also terrific. But honestly, there are any number here that I could easily pick from. I might try and get in store and do some swatching on these so I can really narrow it down which ones I'm most interested in. And I just think these are just, I'm like stuttering about them. I think that they are really just beautiful, beautiful formula. If you have any favorite shades in that Marc Jacobs lipstick, please let me know. I always like getting some input from you guys. I think that it is a great way to share information. I love having your input. Okay, this is the MD Solar Sciences Mineral Cream Broad Spectrum SPF 50 Sunscreen. It has UVA and UVB in it, and it says it's a lightweight broad spectrum mineral sunscreen with antioxidant benefits. I do believe this also came off of that skincare, that anti-aging skincare list. I love the fact that this is a mineral sunscreen through and through, and it's a slightly higher SPF, which appeals to me for the summer, where I think you just need to ramp your SPF just a little bit in the bright sunshine. This also comes in multiple sizes. The standard size, which is 1.7 ounces, which could go on an airplane, need I point out, or, oh, this 4-ounce one. That's a deal because it's only $12 more and you get twice as much product. That's definitely something to consider. But I do love that it's offered in the smaller size so you could travel with your favorite if it was your favorite. This next product from NARS is a relatively new release. It's called Hot Nights Face Palette. This to me looks stunning, like so pretty. I love that it has just this little quad of colors. This looks like it's just a beautiful violet, purple plum color. It has a highlight and a bronzer. Let's look at the swatches. Yeah, this looks beautiful to me. Iridescent pink beige, iridescent soft violet, shimmering cranberry, and a black sand, which is like a deep purple, with a highlighter and a bronzer. I love me a good all-in-one palette. So that looks pretty stunning to me. I do have a lot of travel on my schedule this spring and summer. Like a lot of travel. All local, nothing that I'm going to fly to, but I have a lot on my calendar. The next item I have on my list is one of the small Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes. This is the Mothership Subliminal Platinum Bronze Eyeshadow Palette. This has been on my list for a while, and I think it is really beautiful. There is only one matte in here. It's this dark brown. That looks pretty awesome. This is a little bit more cool toned, and I probably will only pick up one eyeshadow palette. I'm really trying to be a little bit more mindful about the palettes that I pick up, and when I end up picking up more than one at a time, it's very hard. I find that I often then overlook one or the other, and that kind of defeats the whole purpose. This is another skincare product. It's from Private Doctor. It's called the Minus Serum, and it's supposed to address fine lines and wrinkles, dullness and uneven texture, and loss of firmness and elasticity. I don't really remember where I saw this, but I remember thinking, wow, that looks pretty impressive. So I added it to this list, and here it sits. So we'll see. Like I said, I am more gearing towards some skincare products these days. Okay, this little palette I just added to my loves list the other day. It's a relatively new product from the Sephora collection. It's called the I Love Eyeshadow Palette. And first of all, I really like the price on this, although I'm guessing it's pretty small because it's only $14. But that's okay. I'm really okay with that. But one of the things that I really liked about this is that it is geared towards undertones. So it comes in a light cool, it comes in a light warm, medium cool, medium warm, and then it has a jewel tone and like a brights palette. I would probably pick up the medium cool. It is really very pretty when I look at these up close. And it gets pretty good reviews. It almost gets 5 stars. So not that I really need another neutral palette, but I love a good neutral palette. I cannot help myself. I think that's it. Oh, we're getting close to the end. All right, here is a Sephora Favorites set called Beauty Sleep Set. Again, this is something that I am working on a whole video for these overnight beauty treatments, and I thought this might be a good one to check out. So I do generally like these Sephora favorite kits. I think they're pretty awesome, and it's a great way to try a whole bunch of multi-branded products. So I would definitely check that out. Let's see what else they have listed under their Sephora favorites. They have a glow kit, a lip shine. You know, the perfume ones don't interest me so much, but if you're a perfume girl. Pro Artist Picks. I want a mystery lip kit. No, thank you. I am way too particular about my lip colors to do a mystery color. And then there's this Beachy Waves Sea Spray collection. Generally what I do is if it has, 2 or 3 products in there that I'm like, yes, I want to try these, then I'll go ahead and pick it up. Even if there's something in there that I already own, I can either pass that along to a friend or just save it for travel because it's a smaller size. This is the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask. This is a brand that I'm interested in trying, and this mask gets great reviews. It frequently shows up on editorial lists. Let's just quickly take a look at some of the other masks that they offer, because they do offer a couple other masks. They offer an overtime mask and an R&R mask. Yeah, I think it's a very small brand. They just offer facial masks. Have you tried this product, this brand? Let me know. I'm interested in knowing about this to see what others think about it. It is just a basic hydrating mask, but it is supposed to be excellent for when you're traveling, especially after coming off an airplane where your skin can be pretty dried out. So I think that's primarily its purpose, but who doesn't need a little extra hydration? That's what I have to say. There is one other thing that I am interested in, but before I get to that, have you guys noticed how much wellness and beauty supplements have shown up on the Sephora website? Like, this is kind of crazy. I don't ever remember there being this many brands, this many options in this area. There's, oh look, 2 pages of it. Holy guacamole. That's a lot. That's a lot of supplements. So, like, when did Sephora decide they wanted to get into the supplement business? Always look at the tools that they have available, because I think this is a good time to buy like a pricey tool. This here kind of has caught my interest. It's from NuFace. It's the Fix Line Smoothing device. It's a much smaller, like pen-like device, very similar to their full-size ones. But I like the price point on here is much more affordable if it's something you want to try out. This is something that I'm looking hard at. I publish videos every Saturday morning, and I'll include a link to last week's video right up here. And if you are new to my channel, just stopping by for the first time, please hit this little bee icon over here and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos. Take care, and I will see you real soon. And happy shopping! Bye!